I'm doing this tutorial, if you couldn't tell already. It's Nancy from Stranger Things. I did a poll on Twitter, and this was the tutorial that you guys wanted on there. I'm starting off by using foundation in my lightest shade, which is Rimmel London Match Perfection foundation, and this is the shade 100 Ivory. I'm apologizing in advance because I'm super sick and still getting over it, and in this video I was at the peak of being sick, so apologies for looking like death. I'm then going in with my concealer, which I got from Penny's or Primark in England, and this concealer is Essence, and I had a cut on my nose, so apologies for that. And I went over that a few times and covering up all of my redness. Nancy's makeup in Stranger Things is quite natural, so I tried to keep it as natural as possible, but yet still covering up the fact that I'm sick. I'm taking the PS concealer and just going over my nose again underneath my eyes to cover up any darkness. The powder that I'm using for this is the Maybelline Matte Maker, and I am dabbing this around my face. I'm not doing it in swiping motions as I don't want to ruin the makeup, so it's just dabbing it underneath my eyes, packing it on. And if anyone is wondering what makeup brushes I'm using in this, I am using Estee Lauder brushes, and these are the Real Technique ones, the orange ones. I'm combing through my eyebrows, and Nancy's eyebrows are quite thin, so and mine are quite thick, so I kind of just filled in the inner part. I used a reference picture so that I could see what shape her eyebrows were. And then going in with the concealer again underneath and above my eyebrows, just to fill in the hairs that are loosey-goosey. Then going in with my powder to set everything. And for this, I'm using the Urban Decay on the Rum palette, and I'm taking the lightest color of brown in there, and I'm going to pat that on to my lids as a base color. As I said, Nancy's makeup is quite natural, so not a lot is needed. And then I'm blending it. For this, I was wearing my pigtails because Nancy's got quite wavy hair and it's really natural, so I decided to stick that up, and then I'll take it down at the end of the video. And for this, I'm using the bronzer in the On the Run palette just to chisel the cheekbones, and then I took the Sleek palette here, the brown color, and this palette is in medium, and I took that and I'm going to contour with that. Try to keep the contour as natural as possible, but also using a reference picture to Nancy because she's got very defined features, so best to use a reference picture. I'm bringing this more down to make her jawline look more chiseled, something in which I don't have. I'm then taking the dark brown colour and I'm going to fill in my hairline, also using a reference picture because Nancy's got quite a different hairline compared to mine. So I'm just filling it in. This is also on the Sleek palette. There's quite a variety of makeup pieces in here. Honestly, you can use any sort of makeup. It doesn't need to be, it can be high-end or it can be, you know, drugstore makeup. I'm sure all will work. Then I was taking the dark brown in the Urban Decay on the Rum palette and still filling in my hairline. I then went in with the darker colour and I was going in my outer corners just to give some depth to my eyes. And then blending. Always blend. Then went back with the light colour and I'm contouring my nose. Nancy's got quite a slope on her nose. I like to call it a slope. So I'm contouring and then I'm going across my nose as to make it look more buttoned. She's got a very different nose compared to me. And then blending again. Now when I went in first it was quite dark, so I just took my powder and I went over it again, just blending everything out. I'm taking the Sleek palette again, and as you can tell, this is my favorite highlighter. And I'm gonna highlight my face. I firstly went in on the tip of the nose there, which gives it a button-like shape to it. That was the worst explanation ever, but then I'm going in on my cheekbones there and I'm blending out to give me a little shine. Still trying to keep things as natural as possible. I'm then going in with my lip liner, which is from PS, and this is in the color Desert Sand. Nancy's lips are quite thin at the top, and then she's got a big bottom lip, so I had to overline my bottom lip there. And then I'm taking my Satin Matte lipstick in the shade Twig, and I'm going to go in with that. Honestly, for this whole tutorial, the main key is to just use a reference picture. And it should get you through it. And then I'm just cleaning that up with my concealer. And then taking my duo glue, and I'm going to be applying fake lashes because my eyelashes are quite small and non-visible. Use natural lashes for this, and I think that the best to use is individuals, but I did not have any, so I'm taking some natural lashes and I'm going to be applying them. They also take forever to dry. And yes, I'm wearing bunny pajamas. Do not judge, I was very sick. Also, while I'm applying these, I'm going to take a minute to say how much I love Stranger Things. I finished it within 2 days, and if anyone else loves it, comment it below because let's share the interest. It was so good. I need more now. On to the second look. I'm also applying these with the tweezer and then adjusting with my finger. And they're on. And I'm taking down my hair so that they're in natural waves. Also in this, I'm just wearing pearl earrings, as Nancy did in the show. I'm then siding my hair, and I'm parting it. I also used a reference picture. And I'm taking one side and I'm going to take it behind my ear and pin it back. On the other side, you're going to leave it hang over the ear. This side is over. Just making sure everything's in place. And I'm using hairspray to set it all. Then I'm going to go back to the eyelashes and I'm using the Push Up Volume Glamour Mascara by Bourjois. Nancy has quite natural makeup, as I said, so I'm not using a lot, but I'm going in on the bottom lashes, and then I'm going to take my finger and just run them through just so that they give it a more natural look. Then fixing myself up. Now for the outfit next. You shall see, I got these shoes in Pennies, or Primark in England. I got the skirt in Pennies at Primark Ireland. I'm just using a blue shirt. We didn't have any other ones in the house, so this is Tommy Hilfiger, but you can use any blue shirt, and that is it. That's my Nancy tutorial.